Test, test. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Pointer Media. On behalf of Josh Smith and the whole team, I'm Jay Baker. We're thankful that you're with us tonight. Also, big thank you to the University of Arkansas Fort Smith for making this broadcast possible. This is 5A Conference Volleyball, and the season is just over halfway through. These Pointers have played 10 games. They stand at 7-3 through 10 games, hold third place in the conference. Greenwood comes in tonight. It is pink out night here at beautiful Clara Bates Arena. Greenwood comes in sporting a 13-14 overall record and a 4-6 conference record. They currently sit in fifth place. These two teams met earlier in the year. Van Buren got the win at Greenwood. I believe that was in 4 sets. Van Buren comes off an up-and-down week last week. They were in an absolute dogfight with the Farmington Cardinals a week ago tonight and came up just short in 5 sets, and that's the way those two matchups have ended, but they responded incredibly well and came back and got a resounding 3-set win against Harrison last Thursday night to get them to where they are at that 7-3 mark. So they've certainly been on fire of late. That the lone loss since September 11th was the one at Farmington a week ago tonight. Team had reeled off 10 straight prior to that, 10 straight wins, so now winners of 11 of their last 12 and absolutely on fire. And no doubt hoping to get a rematch opportunity against Farmington in the playoffs. But there's a lot of business to take care of before we get to the playoffs, and that starts tonight with Greenwood. Greenwood returns a lot of players from last year. Remember, Anna Grace Dedman was in here last year, Lorelei Graham, Alyssa Lovell, and Lily Johnson, Rayleigh Wagner, all seniors on this team. And then they bring in some youth. Head coach Jennifer Golden's been coaching this group for 25 years, has a state championship under her belt, and certainly knows what she's doing. So Greenwood, though their record is not formidable, they are always a very difficult opponent, and they're playing for a lot. You got to make the top 4 seeds to make the playoffs in volleyball at this conference, and Greenwood currently sits in 5th, so they need to win and they need a little help. So there's no doubt they're going to come in here with a purpose tonight, and it's going to be a difficult task to handle. For the Pointers, it's the same it's been all year. Aubrey McGee is the absolute leader of this team. She's got 239 kills coming into this game. Again, as I've said over and over and over again, she came into this year already as the all-time kills leader for Van Buren High School, and she's only added to that this year. Kimberly Kimes is behind her at 172, and she's certainly finding her way. She's a heck of an attacker from that left side in particular. Jada Perryman, the libero, continues to lead the team defensively. She has 280 digs, very reliable in most of the game. You'll see her sub out occasionally, but not very much. Madeline Dunn continues to be the service leader for this team. She has 27 aces. Right behind her is Aubrey McGee at 22. Madeline Dunn is also the assist leader on this team. Coach runs a system that has 2 setters. Madeline Dunn and Katie Dunbar, one of the two of them will be in at all time to set the ball. Madeline Dunn doing a great job, 357 sets on the year, and Katie Dunbar at 288. And blocks, Carly Freeman, the sophomore, has been an absolute nightmare for teams. 67 blocks this year, countless other deflections. When she's on the net, it is absolutely a problem for the other team. So they'll be looking for a big night from her to try to push their overall record to 15-6-1 and 8-3 in conference. Elsewhere in the conference tonight, Shiloh Christian is at Siloam Springs. The Pointers are certainly hope to get them a little help. Pointers would like to win out and get a little help, see Shiloh lose a match or two so they can jump up to that number 2 seed. But again, got to take care of what you can take care of, and all they can take care of now is the team that's in front of them. Farmington is at Russellville tonight. They are the lone undefeated team in conference at 10-0. Again, Van Buren has pushed them to 5 sets on 2 separate occasions, and just hoping for a third match with that team. Harrison is visiting Alma tonight, just across Crawford County, about 7 miles east of here. Harrison did get a conference win since the last time I was able to do one of these broadcasts, and I'm happy for them. I just hate for these young ladies to not get to taste victory at all. But those are the 7 and 8 team in the conference. Alma at 2 and 8, Harrison at 1 and 9. Pull up the calendar here and see who Van Buren plays this coming Thursday. Let you know where to set your calendar. So they'll be at Siloam Springs this Thursday. That'll begin at 5:30. Those two teams are already met this year. Van Buren won that one here at Claire Bates. That was a dogfight too. Remember that match? 5 sets. Siloam Springs played tough, but Van Buren was able to pull out the victory. So. Going to hand it over to the PA announcer as we get ready for the pledge and the moment of silence and the national anthem. We'll be right back with you. We'll now introduce the starters for Greenwood. Number 3 is Anna Grace Dedman. She's a senior. Number 9 is Lorelei Graham. She's also a senior. Number 11 is junior Hadley Webb. Number 15 will be senior Alyssa Lovell. She'll be the libero. Number 18 is Lily Johnson. She's a senior. Senior setter, number 24, Rayleigh Wagner. Defensive specialist junior, number 25, Avery Jureka. Number 27 is Riley McAdams. She's a sophomore middle hitter. Junior number 30, Aniston Kennedy. And number 31, Emma Helms, is a sophomore. Addie Webb is a setter for the Bulldogs. She wears number 32, and she's a sophomore. And as I mentioned, Jennifer Golden is the head coach for the 25th consecutive season. She's got Tim Golden, Kimberly Lowe, and Diane Pop helping her. The hype video is playing, and the Pointers are ready for their introduction. Hope Oden goes first. She's the junior. She's kind of everywhere. She's typically an outside hitter, opposite hitter. She'll wear number 2. Isabella Peters is in the starting lineup tonight. She's a junior defensive specialist. She'll wear number 3. Amberly Kimes is the junior outside hitter. She wears number 4. Carly Freeman is that sophomore blocker we've talked about. She'll wear number 8. Katie Dunbar is the setter and one of the serving specialists for this team. She'll wear number 10. Jada Perryman is the 2-year libero. She wears number 12. She's a senior. Aubrey McGee, of course, we've talked about her, and we'll call her name a whole lot tonight. She's the senior outside hitter, but she also serves. She literally does everything on the team. She wears number 14. Ryan Yancey is a senior. She's an outside and opposite hitter. She wears number 17. She's really come on of late. The last time we were here at Claire Bates, she had a great game and has improved incredibly from the beginning of the year. Madeline Dunn is a junior setter who wears number 18. I said she leads the team in aces earlier, so she'll be a big factor tonight. And lastly, senior A.J. McDonald, who just got another college basketball offer this week, I saw. That's very exciting. She wears number 24, middle blocker, and a senior. And that's how the lineups will look when we go live here in just a few minutes. Good dog pound tonight. It's pink out tonight. Coach Cohn doing fancy pink things with the lights in the gymnasium. Looks great. Great environment tonight, good crowd for a Tuesday night game. There's always a good crowd when these two teams come together. There's a lot of respect, but not a lot of love lost. But absolutely a lot of respect. Greenwood was a dominant volleyball program for a long time. They've come down to earth a little in the last 2 years, but there's still all the talent in the world, and no doubt, especially with what they're playing for, no doubt tonight's going to be an absolute handful. When you look on the court right now, you'll see Carly Freeman as that middle blocker. Aubrey McGee is going to start at the left outside, and Hope Oden will start on the right side. When you go to the back line, Isabella Peters is nearest you. She'll wear number 3. Standing next to her is going to be Madeline Dunn. And Jada Perryman checks in. She'll start as the libero. Isabella Peters looks like she's going to be the first to serve. Libero for Greenwood. As someone I didn't even mention, Janie Witherington. And she wears number 17. And we're off and running. Pointer volleyball here on Pointer Media. And we've got a hitting error right off the bat. The Pointers are in business. I'll lead this one 1-0. That was Rebecca Voris on the hit. Another good serve. Isabella Peters is coming out firing. Oh, big time shot there. That was Riley McAdams with the kill. She got a great set and she paid it off. Let's see who Greenwood runs to the service line first. That'll be Rayleigh Wagner. She's a senior setter. She wears number 24. Dribbles the ball multiple times. A few steps forward and keeps her feet set. Here comes an attack over the middle with Hope Oden, and she'll get a kill. So Hope Oden's the first one in the kill stat line tonight. Carly Freeman drops back to serve. A.J. McDonald checks in. Pointers lead at 2-1 here in the very first set. Student section nearly all pinked out tonight. Very vocal, I like it. That's going to be an ace for Carly Freeman. That's a good way to start. Wild to think you've got 2 more years to develop the talent that Carly Freeman's already putting on this court. She's equally good in basketball. She'll probably leave this high school with some records in her name in one sport or another or multiple. That's a good jump serve. Little slip shot for Greenwood is well defended by the Pointers. Another good dig. Madeline Dunn is causing some problems digging these hard shots. Little dump shot, and we got somebody crossed the net. It was Van Buren that crossed the net, so the point will go to Greenwood on the side out. Rebecca Voris checks out for Greenwood, and that brings in Abri Jureka. She will be the server. She serves from the middle. Little jump step. Pointers got off to a rough start, but Aubrey McGee did get an opportunity at a shot. Greenwood did a good job digging it. And then Aubrey McGee returned the favor with a dig of her own. Little volley at the net, gets a dump shot right into the line, and Greenwood gets the point. This one's tied up at 3. That serve was handled by Isabella Peters. Hope Oden's got to attack from the back line, and just too much on that one. Student section sporting some pink noisemakers tonight to make a good environment even better. Another good serve that the Pointers couldn't do much with. Aubrey McGee ended up getting a set, though, and she, of course, paid it off because she was on the left side, and that's what she does. You get her set up on the left side, it's not going to end well for the other team. Katie Dunbar is going to check in, and she will serve. Ryan Yancey checks in. She's on the net now with A.J. McDonald and Aubrey McGee. Greenwood has a tough time with that serve and has to attack from the back line. Van Buren's got an opportunity to do something here, and Aubrey McGee gets set on the left side, and she'll get another kill. Greenwood almost handled that one, but Aubrey McGee has her second kill of the night, and the Pointers are back on top 5-4. Another good serve that Greenwood had trouble handling. Oh, and then the Pointers had trouble getting that one. The side out goes to Greenwood after what looked like a promising serve. Riley McAdams is serving now for Greenwood. Middle set for A.J. McDonald, who went with a little bit of power to the far side. Greenwood just has to settle to get the ball back over. Van Buren ought to have an opportunity here, and they get it. How about that? I'm telling you, Ryan Yancey is a different ball player than she was at the start of this season. She's incredibly aggressive, and she's getting very accurate. We'll get our first look at Emberly Kimes on the left side of the net as Aubrey McGee drops back to serve. And Emberly Kimes pays off immediately. The overpass was met at the net by Emberly Kimes, and she gets the point. Van Buren leads at 7-5. Another good serve for Aubrey. Greenwood doesn't get a great set. They do get a shot, but it's not exactly what they were looking for. Van Buren gets it over. Greenwood plays good defense. Big diving effort by Aubrey McGee to keep that alive. Great work. It's a tough set. Jada Perryman let that one get away from her just a hair. And that'll make this 7-6. Greenwood brings in number 32, Addie Webb, the sophomore. She'll serve. She starts pretty close to the back line, just takes one step. Hits a floater. Amberly Kimes with a big shot to the back line. Greenwood's able to keep it alive, but can't set up an offense. And Buren gets a chance to. Amberly pushes that to the sideline, and she'll get a kill. Good ball placement by Amberly Kimes. Brings in Carly Freeman. Puts Jada Perryman back to serve. Pointers lead this one 8-6 in the first set. Perryman with a big jump serve, a lot of drop on that ball. Greenwood again just has to get it over. Carly Freeman had an opportunity at the net, just put a little touch on that. Big time block for Amberly Kimes. Pointers lead 9-6 after we get our first block of the night. Another really good serve by Jada Perryman. Greenwood just had to tip it over. Amberly Kimes attacks from the left side, and she's got her second kill of the night. And Buren leads this one 10-6 now. 6 kills so far for the team. The hunt for the volleyball is successful. It's found in the furthest corners of Claire Bates Arena. Jada Perryman with another hard serve, and she almost got an ace out of that one, but she's going to get a point out of it. What an incredibly good service run. And Greenwood wants a timeout, trailing 11-6. Jada Perryman, she is serving some fire right now. Let's talk about elsewhere in the school district this week. The Northridge Lady Pointers wrapped up their season Monday night against Harrison. The 7th grade A and B teams both won. The 7th grade A team finished their season with a great record of 12-3, so congratulations to the Northridge Lady Pointers. Also at Northridge, the football team got 2 wins last night. They defeated Huntsville in the 7th grade game, 28-14, and the 8th grade team continued their winning ways, winning 15-14. So good things happening at Northridge this week. We've got a lot more to get to, and we'll certainly get there. We do want to thank Crabtree RV. They're tonight's sponsor of the game, and they were taking pictures before the game, get the autographed ball. Grateful for their support, and as always, thankful to the University of Arkansas Fort Smith for being the exclusive Pointer live stream partner this year. UAFS.edu. Greenwood comes out of that timeout with a great set, and they'll get a kill in the side out. I didn't see who hit that ball, but I know she hit it hard. Alyssa Level checks in. She wears number 15. She's going to serve from the left side. She's got a little jump serve, no problem for Amberly Kimes. Ryan Yancey tried to put a charge into that, just put a touch too much. Sailed out the back line. Alyssa Level delivers that one to Aubrey McGee, who makes the pass. The set was to the 10-foot line, and the ball was hit into the net. That hitting error gives Greenwood another point, 11-9. Level will serve again. Great pass by Amberly Kimes on a tough serve. Ball dangled dangerously at the net. Greenwood was able to keep it from being disaster for them. Another block at the net by Carly Freeman and Amberly Kimes. And then they get a... Okay, we got 4 hits, so Van Buren gets the side out. Madeline Dunn back to serve. Makes that run and start, gets a little jump. Middle set for the Bulldogs. Dug by the Pointers. Kimes will attack from the left side, and she's got her 3rd kill of the night. Kimberly Kimes is having a heck of a ball game so far. Good volume by the student section tonight. I love it when they're engaged. Here comes Dunn with their big right-handed serve all the way to the back line. Greenwood's got an opportunity to set up their offense. They do, but it's blocked by Carly Freeman. Stop me if you've heard that story before. Van Buren leads by 5, 14-9 in the first set. A little less on that serve. Greenwood couldn't do much offensively, and Van Buren responds, and Carly Freeman gets the kill to go with the block she just got. Pointers are playing very good volleyball so far tonight. Good serve right down that right line. Greenwood's going to have a chance from the right side. Aubrey McGee gets the dig. Hope Oden with the shot, and she gets a lucky. No, it hit the antenna, so the side out goes to Greenwood. They trail 15-10. And Janie Witherington will serve. She stays completely stationary in her serve, but puts a ton of power into it. Back and forth on this volley we go. Emberly Kimes takes the left side attack and gets the point. She's got 4 kills now. She'll get a breather, and Isabella Peters will check in to serve. So Emberly Kimes paid off her time in the rotation with 4 kills and a block. Big serve. That was a little too much. Isabella Peters came in juiced up and sent that one about 10 feet beyond the back line. So Greenwood gets the side out, trailing by 5, 16-11. Back to serve for the Bulldogs is Rayleigh Wagner, the senior. She'll wear number 24 if you're scoring at home. Good serve, but great pass by Jada Perryman. Big block by Greenwood at the net that Van Buren was able to keep alive. Now Van Buren's got an opportunity here. Aubrey McGee gets a short set. Good action at the net. That ball hung over the net. Both teams went for it, and Lily Johnson of Greenwood ended up getting the better of that combat. 16-12, Van Buren. Rayleigh Wagner with her second serve. Boy, this young lady puts some fire into that ball. And the Pointers were behind the 8 ball from the beginning on that. This Rayleigh Wagner can flat serve the ball. Bounces it hard into the ground, takes several steps forward, a little bit of curve, keeps her feet set. Jada Perryman with a good pass this time, and Aubrey McGee pays it off. Aubrey McGee with another kill down the near side. She's up to 3 kills on the night. Side out to the Pointers with a 4-point lead. That brings up Carly Freeman. She's already got 1 ace tonight. And that is too much. That one she had too much juice in. So she gets a breather, and Jada Perryman checks back in. Avery Jureka will be the server for Greenwood. She wears number 25. High hand, out of bounds, service error. Side out to the Pointers. 18-14. That'll bring in Ryan Yancey and Katie Dunbar. Katie Dunbar will go back to serve. Ryan Yancey will be on this left side of the net. There's a good serve. It was overpassed by Greenwood, and Aubrey tried to put it in a hole, and Greenwood responded well. A.J. McDonald gets the kill. That's her first of the night. A.J., as I mentioned in the last broadcast, has really started to dial up the power shots and dial down the touch shots. And comes the attack from Greenwood. Handled by Isabella Peters. Aubrey McGee didn't get a great set, so she's had to get it over, and she's going to get the kill anyways. She positioned that ball perfectly. She's got 4 kills, and Greenwood wants to use their last time out of the first set as they trail at 20-14. Been a good match so far. High-level volleyball being played by the Pointers so far in the first set. We've been talking all year about the tennis team. They wrapped up their season yesterday in the 5A state tennis tournament. The Lady Pointers won the 5A West. Ball didn't quite bounce their way yesterday at state, but Abby Lyle did get a first-round win over Little Rock Christian. So all in all, the tennis team had a very successful year. Congratulations to those young ladies and coaching staff. Pointers trying to finish off this first set. They have a 20-14 lead. They've got Katie Dunbar serving. She has 19 kills coming into the game. She also has a stationary kind of just step set. She doesn't jump. Back set for Ryan Yancey, who went cross court. Good dig on the Bulldog side. They tried to dink that ball over. The Pointers were ready for it. Good dig on the Aubrey McGee shot. Blocked at the net by A.J. McDonald. And Van Buren has a 7-point lead, 21-14. Another serve for Katie Dunbar, another touch shot for Greenwood, and this time 2 players watched it drop, thinking the other was going to get it. So side out to the Bulldogs. And Riley McAdams, number 27, back to serve from the far left side. Here comes the set to Ryan Yancey, who put a ton of power into that. Great dig by Isabella Peters. Greenwood had to just keep that ball alive, so here comes an offensive shot for the Pointers. Greenwood dug it, but couldn't get their offense set. Aubrey McGee was set too close to the net on that one. Pointers are trying to say that Greenwood tipped that one, and the officials do not agree, so 21-16 Van Buren. Tough set to handle. That's a service error, make it 22-16. That'll bring back in Emberly Kimes, and she'll replace Isabella Peters. Puts Aubrey McGee serving. She serves from that left side every time. Has a little bit of twist, a little bit of sideways movement. Big time powerful attack that time for Emma Helms by Greenwood. Emberly Kimes has her 5th kill of the first set. Van Buren 23-16 here in set number 1. Another good serve for Aubrey McGee. Greenwood can't get a great offensive set out of it, but they do end up paying it off. I believe that was Emma Helms who will get the kill there. Side out to Greenwood. Addie Webb comes in to serve. She wears number 32. They also brought in Aniston Kennedy, who wears number 30. She's on the net right now. Back set to A.J. McDonald, and she did hit a dink shot that time that Greenwood was ready for. And Greenwood will get a kill. Avery Jureka from the 10-foot line got a kill. Pointers laid out to keep it alive, laid out again to keep it alive, but couldn't get it over. Jada Perryman with the pass. A.J. McDonald with the strength and another kill, this time from the right side. She'll check out and get a breather. That brings in Carly Freeman. That brings up set point. Jada Perryman, who was serving very well at the beginning of this set. Back to serve, and she'll finish it off with an ace. Jada Perryman wraps up set number 1 with an ace. So Van Buren 25, Greenwood 18 in the very first set. Emberly Kimes had 5 kills. Aubrey McGee had 4. A.J. McDonald had 2. Ryan Yancey, Carly Freeman, and Hope Oden each had 1. We had a big-time block from Emberly Kimes. We had another block for Carly Freeman, and an ace for Carly Freeman and Jada Perryman. So great start to tonight's match. This is Pointer Media. I'm Jay Baker. We're going to take this 3-minute break with the teams, and we'll be right back. On behalf of the whole Pointer Media team, thank you for tuning in tonight, supporting these ladies in this incredible season they're having so far. Trying to move to 8-3 in conference play and off to a good start with a 25-18 win in set number 1. Just really good, sound volleyball all the way through. When they had opportunities, they made the most of them, and they really kept Greenwood out of rhythm for most of that set. Fresh beginning now. Fully anticipate that the Bulldogs will respond well and play a very tough second set. I asked Coach Whitney Adams about last week, as if you tuned in to the Farmington broadcast or if you made the trip up, it's just a tough loss to be up 2-0 and Farmington ended up coming back and winning that one. But she bragged on the response by her team, the way they handled business against Harrison Thursday night in straight sets and didn't let one loss become 2. And says a lot about the resolve of this team. Hope Oden with the first attack in the second set. It was blocked back. Greenwood had a shot that Van Buren was ready for. Emberly Kimes from the left side was blocked at the net, but landed. And she's got 6 kills now. She'll check out, and Isabella Peters will check in to serve. Van Buren with a 1-0 lead. Good floating serve. Isabella Peters jumped about 12 feet forward on that one, it looked like. Van Buren got a lucky break there. That ball they had to dive for, and then it landed at the net, and fortunately Greenwood pushed it out of bounds. Peters gets serious air when she serves. Good dig by Isabella Peters. Aubrey McGee will attack from the 10-foot line, and she'll get a kill from the 10-foot line. So Van Buren gets off to a good start in set number 2. Leads at 3-0. Peters with another good serve right into the heart of that Greenwood defense. Middle set for Carly Freeman. Great dig by Greenwood, but it's a little over pushed, and it goes to the net and falls on the Greenwood side. 4-0 Van Buren. I believe Aubrey McGee may have gotten a hand on it. I couldn't quite tell. Greenwood with an opportunity here, and they'll push that one out of bounds. Had a good set for Rayleigh Wagner, who just put just a touch too much into it. Peters continues to serve. This one all the way to the back line. And Greenwood will get their first side out of the set. Lily Johnson will get the kill. Hit it into 2 pointers, and it deflected out of bounds on the pointer side. So 5-1. Avery Jureka back to serve. Junior, number 25. That's a great pass by Isabella Peters on a tough serve, and it set up Carly Freeman on the kill. I wish I could have seen who got that set. That was such an impressive pass because that serve just dropped, and Peters really had no problem with it. Carly Freeman back to serve. She goes straight vertical on her jump serve. Big time block at the net for A.J. McDonald. She's got 2 now. 2 kills and 2 blocks. It was Riley McAdams on the offensive, and A.J. McDonald sent it back. And that's going to be another ace for Carly Freeman. So she is stuffing the stat sheet tonight. 2 kills, 2 aces, and a block so far. Van Buren leads this one 8-1 in set number 2. Back set for Greenwood. That looked like a carry. Yeah, and that's what they called. Okay. So 9-1, Van Buren leads, and Coach Golden has seen enough for this set. She wants a timeout. Can't blame her. Got to get a timeout and stop the momentum. Last time she called a timeout, the Bulldogs came out of that timeout and ran a beautiful set. Well, the Van Buren High School Band continued to do what the Van Buren High School Band does. 2 weeks in a row, they've won Grand Champion, Best of All Bands. This past weekend, it was at the Branson Invitational marching competition. Building up to that state championship run that they hoped for. And they put on the full show Friday night at the football game. And if you haven't seen it yet, I would suggest you come. The music is really impressive. And, of course, the show is, it's as always with the band. They're the standard of excellence. There's a block for Aubrey McGee. Greenwood was able to keep it alive. There's a block by Hope Oden that went out of bounds. So Greenwood will get the point. Jada Perryman checks in. Riley McAdams back to serve for Greenwood. Aubrey McGee with the pass. A.J. McDonald got the set from Madeline Dunn, and she's got another kill. Madeline Dunn with a beautiful quick back set. She'll get a breather. Katie Dunbar will check in to serve, and Van Buren with a 10-2 lead. Sideways spin on that. That was a tough serve. You could see it coming off of Katie Dunbar's hand that was going to be difficult, and indeed it was. That had a bizarre spin to it. Reminded me of the old gyro ball that the Arkansas Razorback pitcher had a few years ago that nobody could figure out. Greenwood's able to turn around on the next point, get a kill by Emma Helms. It was deflected out of bounds by the Pointers. 11-3. Side out goes to Greenwood, and Addie Webb, number 32, will serve. Good pass, good set, good kill. Good offense, good volleyball team. That's Aubrey McGee with her 6th kill of the night. She will move back to serve. Emberly Kimes will come in on the left front. Greenwood had a shot. Good dig by the Pointers. Emberly Kimes has to push that one cross court. Block at the net by the Pointers. It does go out of bounds though, but they are not giving Greenwood anything easy. Challenging everything at the net. Greenwood gets the kill though, 12-4 now. Alyssa Lovell back to serve. She wears number 15. That's out. Service error gives Van Buren the side out. That'll bring Carly Freeman back in, and A.J. McDonald will get a breather. Jada Perryman back to serve. She's had a heck of a night serving the ball. And that is no different. She's going to get another ace. I'll tell you what, there's a little extra spunk in Jada Perryman's serves tonight. She's got 2 aces now. Third on the team coming into this game. How about 4? How about 3 aces for Jada Perryman on the night? So that takes her up to 22 on the season. 15-4 Van Buren in the second set. Another hard set. This one's really well handled by Greenwood. And a soft attack. Van Buren's ready to attack. Ryan Yancey sends it over. Good dig by the Bulldogs. They just have to get it over. Van Buren can set whoever they want here. They choose Carly Freeman. She pushes one over to the left. Back set for Ryan Yancey. Good back and forth action in this volley. Jada Perryman was ready for that shot. Emberly Kimes puts that one into the net, and that'll be a side out for Greenwood. 15-5. Aniston Kennedy checks back in for the Bulldogs, and number 17, Janie Witherington, back to serve. She has a good serve too. That ball has a lot of difficult motion, but the Pointers are able to handle it, and Emberly Kimes will get her 7th kill of the night. So the side out brings Madeline Dunn back in. It brings Hope Oden back in. Breather for Katie Dunbar and Ryan Yancey. It's Madeline Dunn serving. She leads the team in aces so far this year. Jada Perryman with a great dig. Pointers just have to get it back over. Greenwood will have an opportunity to do something here. They'll attack in the middle, but Carly Freeman is ready, and she's got her 2nd block of the night. Greenwood attacked the middle of the net, and Carly Freeman was not having any of it. 17-5 Van Buren in set number 2, leading 1-0. Madeline Dunn with a good serve to the back line. Greenwood with a real opportunity to attack here. They go with another little push shot. Emberly Kimes also goes with a little push shot, and she'll get another kill. That's 8 for Emberly. Tonight, she's leading the team in kills so far at 8. Van Buren 18, Greenwood 5. Madeline Dunn sets up at the basketball baseline, gives it a few dribbles. Steps forward and a little jump serve. Here comes Greenwood attacking from the middle, and they'll push that one out of bounds. A little hitting error gives Van Buren a 19-5 lead. Getting a lot of touch shots from Greenwood, which is probably because that's all they're being given. Van Buren's defense at the net has been elite so far tonight. Really good attack that time by Rebecca Voris, but Van Buren keeps it alive. And Amberly Kimes gets the left side shot. Greenwood keeps it alive. Good action in this volley. Big time shot for Hope Oden, and that's inbounds. I thought that was going out. Hope Oden keeps it inbounds, and she has her second kill of the night. 20-5. That's a good serve. That's difficult to handle. Greenwood can't get a great set, but they'll have a shot at some offense, and that was well placed. Rebecca Voris put a touch shot over the hands that were up to block it. I believe it was Madeline Dunn who laid out to try to get to that one, just couldn't quite get there. Rayleigh Wagner back to serve. That ball, she is definitely the hardest server on the Greenwood Bulldog team. Amberly Kimes gets a kill from the right side. She had 8 kills from the left, and now she's got 1 from the right, and she'll get a breather. Isabella Peters checks in with a 21-6 lead. Greenwood sets up their offense. Van Buren has no problem with that shot. Aubrey McGee attacking from the left side. Good dig by the Bulldogs to keep it alive. Don't see that very often. Hope Oden will attack from the right side, and she'll have a 3rd kill. Really good sets at the net. It's Katie Dunbar, I believe. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, it's Madeline Dunn who's setting right now, and she's doing a great job. Nice, Jada Perryman attacked from the back line to keep that alive and almost got a kill. Great hustle by Isabella Peters to keep it alive. This is a great volley. That's going to be a hitting error for Greenwood. Rebecca Voris couldn't quite get it over the net, and Van Buren leads at 23-6. Isabella Peters will hold serve. She goes far corner, twists up the platform of the Greenwood defender, but they are still able to get a good set and get a good kill. And they'll get a side out. They'll bring in Avery Jureka, and she'll go back to serve. She's a junior, wears number 25. Serves from near the middle of the court. Jada Perryman's a good pass to Madeline Dunn. Hope Oden with the drop shot, and she will get the kill. And the Pointers have set point again. Pointers bringing in a new face, number 15, Kate Cheatham. She's a senior. She'll be brought in to try to serve the last point of this set. Came up a little short on that one. Side out to Greenwood. They'll bring in Molly Lunny. She's a junior who wears number 7. And Riley McAdams will serve from the left side. Boy, she generates a lot of velocity, not moving much. Van Buren can't do anything but just get the ball over, and Greenwood's got an opportunity to attack. And they do so well. That was Lily Johnson on the kill from the right side. So that was a good volley for the Bulldogs. 24-9, second set. A little bit of an overpass, but handled at the net by Madeline Dunn, who set up A.J. McDonald, and she has her 4th kill of the night. And Van Buren takes set number 2, 25-9. So no relaxing for these Pointers after a 25-18 set 1 win. We'll go to the 3rd set. Van Buren leading 2-0. This is Pointer Media. I'm Jay Baker. We'll be right back. This is Pointer Media, and I'm Jay Baker. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Again, thank you to the University of Arkansas Fort Smith for being our exclusive Pointer live stream partner this year for volleyball, football, and basketball games. You can check out continuing education for you at uafs.edu. Again, that's where volleyball coach Whitney Adams attended and left her mark on the record books there. So thank you to the Lions for your support. Sitting next to Activities Director Coach Cohn, and we are talking a little football. Friday night, Van Buren host Southside, trying to move to 4-0 in conference play. It was the mid-90s the last time a Van Buren Pointer football team did that. So against a team that was dominant in the mid-90s, Southside, they've come back to earth. But we're playing volleyball tonight, and we've got a block at the net right off the bat, but Greenwood keeps it alive. We've got another block at the net, and that one deflects out of bounds. I love that the Pointers are not giving anything. There have been at least 3 occasions where they've blocked the ball out of bounds, but I'd rather have that all day than the opposing team just finding holes. And so Greenwood has their very first lead, I believe, of the whole match. I could be wrong. They may have led early in the first set, but Aubrey McGee will attack from the left side. Good dig by Greenwood to keep it alive, and then they get their shot blocked, but put it back over, and they'll lead 2-0. Serving for Greenwood is Rayleigh Wagner, number 24. He is a senior setter. She's the one that's got that twisting body motion as she attacks the ball. Great pass by Jada Perryman. Aubrey McGee blocked at the net. Van Buren kept it alive. Great diving effort that time by Madeline Dunn. Aubrey McGee is going to be called for a carry there. Greenwood will jump out to a 3-0 lead in the third set. So Rayleigh Wagner will get her 4th serve. Excuse me, her 3rd serve, and she'll put that one into the tape. And Van Buren will have the side out to Carly Freeman. A.J. McDonald checks in, so the front line is her and Aubrey McGee and Hope Oden. Carly Freeman barely squeaked that one across the net. Good hustle by the Pointers to keep it alive. Isabella Peters. We've got somebody cross the net. It was a Pointer that crossed the net in the hustle to get to the ball. And so side out Greenwood and a 4-1 lead. Avery Jureka back to serve. Dead center of the court. Big high serve with knuckleball that moves back and forth. Rough start to that play for the Pointers. Greenwood tried a sneaky push shot. Van Buren was ready for it. And Aubrey McGee will get another kill. She has 7 now. Ryan Yancey will check in, as does Katie Dunbar, and Katie Dunbar will serve. Van Buren trails at 4-2. Almost had an ace, but Greenwood did a really good job of keeping that ball alive. Ryan Yancey attacks and goes cross court near the net. One of the best shots I've seen Ryan Yancey hit this year. That was a thing of beauty. Katie Dunbar back to serve again. Van Buren trails 4-3 now. Back set for the Bulldogs. Katie Dunbar with the dig. Aubrey McGee just had to flail to try to keep that thing alive by some miracle and couldn't do it. Riley McAdams will serve. She serves it short to A.J. McDonald. Kind of not quite ready for that. Put her hands at an awkward angle. Couldn't decide whether to go platform or two-handed. So she'll have an ace. Back set to Aubrey McGee on the right side, and she'll have another kill. That was deflected off of two Greenwood defenders and out of bounds on the Greenwood side. Aubrey McGee back to serve. Emberly Kimes checks in on the left side of the net. Aubrey goes near side on the serve, excuse me. Jada Perriman sets up Emberly Kimes. It goes to the back line, and that was out of bounds. I thought it might land inbounds, just a little too much. So Greenwood brings in Addie Webb, number 32. And number 30, Aniston Kennedy. And Webb will serve. No problem for Kimes with the pass, and the set's back to her, and she has her 10th kill of the night. So she's able to handle the serve with a good pass and gets it returned right back to her, pays it off. Jada Perriman back to serve. Another good. Lots of movement to that ball. Good block at the net by Emberly Kimes. Greenwood keeps it alive. And Greenwood goes on the offensive and ends up getting a kill from the left side. Couldn't tell who fired that one, but it was a good shot. Rebecca Voris checks back in for the Bulldogs, as does Alyssa Lovell. Lovell will serve. From the left side, she serves cross court. Good pass by Kimes. Good set by Dunbar. Really good defense by the Bulldogs on this play. Carly Freeman's had 3 shots. Carly Freeman has her 4th shot, and this time she'll get the kill. It was the 4th time that was the charm on this volley. Hope Oden checks in. Madeline Dunn checks in. Madeline Dunn will go serve. Greenwood 8, Van Buren 6. Van Buren leads at 2-0. That's a good serve for Madeline Dunn. Greenwood gets a little bit of an offense, but certainly not in rhythm. Emberly Kimes hits that one off the antenna. And Greenwood will get the side out. Riley McAdams checks back in. Janie Witherington back to serve. Great job by Carly Freeman to handle that difficult serve. Hey, that's a block at the net by guess who? Carly Freeman has 3 blocks on the night. That was Rebecca Voris attacking, and Carly Freeman gets the pointers to side out. Isabella Peters checks in to serve. She's got the big floating jump serve. That was well placed. Riley McAdams saw a hole in the defense and got it to drop. Well played. Rayleigh Wagner will serve for the Bulldogs. Senior wears number 24. She goes to Isabella Peters, who has a good pass, and Aubrey McGee gets to attack from the left side. Tell me if you've heard this story before. Aubrey McGee from the left side gets another kill. Set up, though, by the really excellent handling of that serve by Isabella Peters. Carly Freeman with a good, tough jump serve. Here comes Aubrey McGee from the right side. Good block by Greenwood on that one. Hope Oden attacks from the opposite side. Woo, my goodness. Number 27, Riley McAdams put a big-time charge into that. Madeline Dunn did everything she could, but it was just too fast. Too much on that one. 11-8 Greenwood. Good action in this third set, back and forth. Avery Jureka will serve. That's a floater to Aubrey. And a set to A.J. McDonald, who goes with the power and almost had another kill. Good defense by Greenwood to keep it alive. Hope Oden pushed that one out of bounds across the back line. 12-8. If you're just tuning in, Van Buren won the first two sets, 25-18 and 25-9. And they're in a battle in this third set. Aubrey McGee with the pass. The set ends up going to Hope Oden. Pointers will have an opportunity to do something here. Aubrey McGee will attack from the right side. Good block at the net by the Bulldogs. Hope Oden will attack from the opposite side, and that one's blocked by Riley McAdams. And Greenwood's on a good little run here, leading 13-8 with Avery Jureka serving. Peters with the pass. A.J. McDonald had the shot. That's going to land in bounds. That was a beautifully placed ball by Riley McAdams. And Coach Adams wants a timeout. Greenwood on a good little run here, leading 14-8. Coach Adams wants to take a timeout to talk it over with her team. The Van Buren dance team performed very well in their first competition of the season. It was in Alma. They won the kick routine, the jazz routine. They finished second in Palm. They also won the award for top technique from their kick performance and top execution from their Palm performance. Butterfield Middle School won their game day division performance. And Northridge won first place in kick and second in Palm. They also took the top award as the grand champion. So a good weekend for the dance teams in their competition action. Coach has some last advice for Madeline Dunn. Greenwood gets ready to serve. Lily Johnson, nope, that's not Lily Johnson. That's Avery Jureka back to serve. Greenwood holds a 6-point lead in this third set. Peters with a great pass. Aubrey McGee, I tell you what, you've got to give Greenwood credit. They are finding ways to block these Aubrey McGee shots, and I haven't seen much of that this year. That was a perfect set, but it was also perfect defense. 15-8 Greenwood. Aubrey with the pass. Back to Aubrey, and this time she goes touch, and she'll get another kill. If you're going to block all the thunder and lightning shots, she'll just take a little off and put the ball right where it needs to be. Katie Dunbar serving for the Pointers. Greenwood's got an opportunity here. Blocked at the net, but blocked out of bounds. But Greenwood, when they attack from that left side, has not really gotten anything across, but the blocks have been deflected out of bounds largely, and they lead at 16-9. Peters with a little bit of an overpass. Great reaction by Dunbar to keep that alive without crossing the net. Lily Johnson for Greenwood just pushed that over into the hole. And Greenwood again continues to excel in this third set. Peters struggled with that set. Van Buren just has to get it over. Greenwood will have an opportunity. So the set was for Emma Helms. She slightly mistimed her jump. Side out goes to the Pointers. Aubrey McGee back to serve. Emberly Kimes in on the left side of the net. Greenwood will attack from the right side. A lot of action at the net right now. Back and forth at the net, another block. Great action at the net. Greenwood's able to keep it alive. Oh my goodness. They just had to push it over. And a little miscommunication on the Pointer side. And Nobody was sure who was going to go get that one, so nobody did. Greenwood with an 8-point lead in the third set, 18-10. Addie Webb with the serve, and again, a good one. Van Buren just had to get it over. Big time shot for Greenwood, but Van Buren keeps it alive. Emberly Kimes puts too much into that one. It's out of bounds. 19-10 Greenwood. Addie Webb serves from the right side. One step forward. Oh, that was a bad pass. 20-10. Kimberly Kimes gets her platform right that time. It's a good set, or a good pass that ends up being a kill. I believe he said Aubrey McGee had that one. If so, that's 11 for her. Jada Perryman back to serve on the side out. My goodness, Jada's on fire tonight with her serves. Katie Dunbar laid out to keep that kill shot alive, but just too much on it. And Greenwood, as we expected, having a really strong third set. Alyssa Lovell back to serve for the Bulldogs. Straight to Aubrey McGee. Now set Carly Freeman at the net. Carly Freeman will get a kill. Carly Freeman has her fourth kill of the night. Van Buren brings in Madeline Dunn, number 18, and Hope Oden, number 2. Madeline Dunn will serve. And Coach Adams would love nothing more than for her to go on a little bit of a run here. It's a good first serve. Great dig by Jada Perryman, but a really good shot by the Bulldogs. And they'll get the side out right back. 22-12, Greenwood. Janie Witherington back to serve. That ball might have been going out of bounds, but it was too close not to play. Emberly Kimes gets the kill from the right side. She's up to 11. That'll bring Isabella Peters in and give Emberly Kimes a breather. Peters with a good cross-court serve. Great hustle by Jada Perryman to keep that dink shot alive. That is inbounds, and Aubrey McGee has her 12th kill of the night. Well, 1 point at a time. Van Buren hoping to battle back and find a way to win this third set. Peters will have a service error. And side out to Greenwood with a 23-14 lead. Rayleigh Wagner checks in. Again, she wears number 24. Feet at the basketball baseline. She's got a heck of a serve. Here comes Aubrey McGee from the left side. She has to put some touch on that one. That's out of bounds as long as we didn't touch it, and it is out of bounds. Side out to the Pointers. Carly Freeman will serve. A.J. McDonald checks in on the net. Greenwood tries a little dink shot there by the setter. Didn't fool anybody on Van Buren's side. More conventional set that time. Here comes Aubrey McGee from the left, and she's got another kill. Aubrey McGee has 13 now. Greenwood 23, Van Buren 16. Carly Freeman serving. She goes back middle on that serve, and that's going to be an ace for Carly. Carly has 3 aces tonight. She pushes her season total up to, I don't know, she wasn't even in the top 4 coming into the night. So just her game has developed so much over this season. That's going to be a service error. And Greenwood leads 24-17 in set number 3. It's an opportunity to win this set at any time. They'll have Rebecca Voris serve. Good job by Peters to put the push there, and a little bit of an over push, got a lucky break as Greenwood mishandled it at the net. Side out to the Pointers, and Katie Dunbar needs to serve about 7 or 8 straight here. Middle set for the Bulldogs was blocked. She returned it immediately. Aubrey McGee gets her 14th kill of the night. Van Buren's got this one within 5. Katie Dunbar back to serve. And that's an unforced error by Greenwood. 24-20 now. Greenwood wants a timeout. They don't want to have any opportunity for Van Buren to itch back into this one. Greenwood had, I believe, a 10-point lead in this. And Van Buren's cut it down to 4. They've still got quite a mountain to climb. Can't give up a single point. But no doubt the Pointers would like to come back and end this match in 3 sets. Greenwood has something to say about that. If we get updates from around the conference, we'll let you know. Again, Shiloh Christians at Siloam Springs tonight. That's an important match for the Pointers. Farmington's at Russellville, and Alma's hosting Harrison tonight. Good serve. Good set for Greenwood. Blocked at the net and kept alive. Aubrey McGee couldn't go power that time, so she had to put finesse on it. 4 hits as the coach immediately caught. Van Buren's within 3, 24-21. Katie Dunbar continues to serve with pressure. Team captain Rayleigh Wagner goes over to the head official to get an explanation. She brings it back to the head coach. One of my favorite parts of volleyball is that the team captains can interact with the officials. You don't see that in a lot of sports where at high school the team captains are allowed to directly interact with the official in a productive way, and I appreciate that. Well, this little break in the action has the student section on their feet. Coach Jennifer Golden trying to get an explanation. She did not agree with the 4-hit call. I have a sneaking suspicion it was right because Coach Adams caught it immediately, and she doesn't call for much from the sideline over here, and she immediately recognized a 4-hit. Ryan Yancey just fired a shot. Greenwood kept it alive, but a little overpass there. A.J. McDonald gets the set in the middle of the net. Ryan Yancey handles the dink. Aubrey McGee set up on the left side. Great dig by the libero for Greenwood. Another overset and overpass for the Pointers gives Greenwood the 3rd set, 25-21. So the Pointers almost dug out of that hole, but in the end, Greenwood did go ahead and put it away, and we're going to go to a 4th set. Aubrey McGee leads the way so far with 14 kills. Emberly Combs is right behind her at 11. A.J. McDonald and Hope Oden both have 4, as does Carly Freeman. Freeman also has 3 aces and 3 blocks. Jada Perryman has 3 aces. Team gathers and resets, and we'll get ready for more volleyball. This is Pointer Media. I'm Jay Baker. We're going to take this break with them. We'll be right back. This is Pointer Media on behalf of Josh Smith and Lindsey Cottrell. I'm Jay Baker. We do thank you for tuning in. We thank you again at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith for making this broadcast possible. UAFS.edu for your continuing education options. So Van Buren opened up the first two sets, 25-18 and 25-9. Greenwood responded in the third set with a 25-21 victory. And Greenwood will start with the serve in this fourth set. It's Rayleigh Wagner. Middle set for Emberly Cons, who has to just dump it over. A couple of Greenwood players tripping over each other. Fortunately, nobody's hurt, and they're both back up and playing. Big time block at the net by Carly Freeman. But Greenwood ends up with the kill. That's Rebecca Voris. She'll give Greenwood the 1-0 lead. Boy, that is a tough serve. Aubrey McGee did a really good job handling that. I can't, that one's going to be struck out of bounds by Hope Oden. I said it the first time Rayleigh Wagner served, and I'll say it till she's finished. She's probably the best server on that Bulldog team. Ball has so much movement and so much velocity. Set goes to Hope Oden on the left side, and it's blocked right back to the Pointers, and Greenwood opens up a 3-0 early lead in this fourth set. Wagner starts more towards the midline and then steps out to the right line, puts a little twist and jump and lots of velocity. Aubrey McGee doesn't have any problem with that one. Hope Oden with the shot from the 10-foot line. Kimberly Cons with the set on the left side. Good dig by the libero for Greenwood. And they attack from the left side. It deflects off a Pointer defender. And Greenwood's opened up an early lead in this fourth set. Coach Adams gets up and she corrects something she doesn't like on her team. Resets an alignment. Student section getting loud, trying to break up the rhythm of that serve. Didn't work. There's a block for Carly Freeman. That works. Carly Freeman with her 4th block of the night. Puts her up to 71 for the season. That is incredible. Isabella Peters will serve, and she gets a lucky bounce off the tape on the top of the net. 4-2 Greenwood. She'll get credit for an ace on that one. She serves from the left side. Big jump serve for Peters. And that's a good one. Greenwood handles that second shot very well, though. Here's the set for Hope Oden. Good dig by the libero. Aubrey McGee on the left side. And she's got another kill. That's 15 on the night for McGee. 4-3 Greenwood. Peters gets the sign. Brings the serve. Left side attack for Greenwood. Another little dink shot. No problem for the pointers. Aubrey McGee with a good set from Jada Perryman. And she's looking like she's got another kill. She does. 16 on the night for Aubrey McGee. Really good set by Jada Perryman from the platform. And we're tied up at 4 in the 4th set. That's a good serve. Greenwood had to attack from the 10-foot line. And Van Buren couldn't pay it off, though, as they just had to get it back over. There'll be a meeting at the net. And Riley McAdams snuck that one over the hands of Aubrey McGee. Avery Jureka back to serve. Number 25. Greenwood with a 1-point lead in the 4th set. Peters with the pass. I'll tell you, I haven't seen Aubrey McGee's shots get blocked like this all season. She put a charge into that ball, but it deflected right off a Bulldog and inbounds on the Van Buren side. 6-4 Greenwood. That's going to be a service error. 6-5 Greenwood. A.J. McDonald checks in. She'll give Jada Perryman a breather, and Carly Freeman will serve. Big jump serve to the left side. Middle set for Greenwood. Great dig by Peters. Aubrey McGee with the set. She's got her 17th kill of the night. She used finesse that time. And we're all tied up at 6. 4th set's been very good action back and forth. Freeman almost had an ace there. Good recovery by Greenwood. Back set for A.J. McDonald, and she's got another kill. That's 5 for her. She went cross court to the back line that time. And Van Buren has their first lead since the 2nd set. Freeman, I think that was inbounds. No, out of bounds, so a service error for Freeman. That was very close. Side out goes to Greenwood. Brings up Riley McAdams to serve. Aubrey McGee with the pass. Sets right back to Aubrey McGee, and she's blocked again. McGee bumps it over. Good attack for Greenwood. McGee just has to push it to the back corner. Left side attack for Greenwood is good. That's Emma Helms. She'll get credit for that kill. And Greenwood goes back up 1. Eight to 7. Van Buren leads at 2 sets to 1. Sets back to Aubrey McGee. She goes back to fire speed, and good dig by the Bulldogs that time. But they return the favor. Molly Lunny got a set in the middle of the net. She paid it off. She'll get a kill. 9-7 Greenwood. Aubrey McGee takes care of the serve. A.J. McDonald tried a little dink shot. Blocked at the net. Great defense by the Pointers. I think that was A.J. McDonald that got that block. On my sheet, that's who I'm going to give it to. Ryan Yancey checks in, as does Katie Dunbar. And Katie Dunbar will serve with Van Buren trailing by 1, 9-8. That's a good serve. Difficult to handle. Here comes Aubrey McGee from the left side. The power works this time. No block on that one. 18 kills for Aubrey McGee, and we're tied up again at 9. Greenwood with a bad set. Van Buren should have had an opportunity to attack, and they will from the right side. Ryan Yancey. Greenwood with the back set. Aubrey McGee on that left side. That's a great set and a great finish. Perfect set, and Aubrey just had to adjust just a hair and did so. She has 19 kills now. Puts her season total at 258. Van Buren's back up by 1. Ooh, good dig. Emma Helms put a charge into that ball. And that's a kill for Aubrey McGee. Again, that time she went back to the finesse. Found the hole in the Greenwood defense and dropped the ball in perfectly. Rebecca Voris will check in for Greenwood. Coach makes an adjustment. Katie Dunbar continues to serve for the Pointers. And she's got an ace. Katie Dunbar's got an ace. She's got 2 now on the night. 21 on the season. Van Buren with a 3-point lead now, 12-9. That's another difficult serve. Greenwood attack from the 10-foot line. Ryan Yancey is going to get called for a double touch. And Greenwood stops the bleeding with a side out. They'll bring in Aniston Kennedy, number 30, and number 32, Addie Webb. Addie Webb will serve. 1 step, 1 hit, no problem for Peters. And Ryan Yancey with the touch shot. Good dig by Peters. Yancey attacks from the right side now. Left side attack for Greenwood. Oh, it stayed alive. I don't know what we've got, I'll be honest. The up official wants to meet with the line judges. We'll see what they're coming up with. Really good action on that volley, regardless of what the decision is. I don't know if they're not sure if that was in or out or what. I'm not sure what the holdup is, but now the up official and the down official are conferring. Student section is offering their suggestions. Important. Coach Adams does not like what she's hearing from the student section, so she gives them the old kibosh. Aubrey McGee steps over to listen into what's being discussed with the up official and the down official. As soon as we find out, we'll let you know. As it stands right now, it says Van Buren 12, Greenwood 10. Big point in the match, so they certainly want to get the call right. Be interesting to see what the discussion is here. Coach Adams uses this pause on the action to answer a question that Ryan Yancey had posed. She'll meet with her team at the sideline here while they continue to work out whatever it is they're working out. Greenwood's got their huddle in the middle of the court. Got a little TikTok dancing going on out there. All right, the conference of the officials is over. We don't have a explanation over here yet as to what that was all about or how it'll impact the score. Whatever it is, Coach Golden does not appear to be happy about it. She's getting an explanation from the down official. And she's clearly unhappy about whatever determination was made. So now the up official calls Addie Webb over to him. He's going to give her an explanation that he doesn't have to yell across the court. So this timeout is brought to you by the University of Arkansas Fort Smith, uafs.edu for your continuing education needs. Coach Golden uses this opportunity to bring in her other 5 players to discuss a little bit of strategy. So what's going to happen out of this pause in the action, Van Buren got the point. They'll lead at 13-10, so they got the side out, which puts the serve back into Aubrey McGee's hands. And we're going to play some volleyball. McGee serves with a 3-point lead. Her team has a 2-set-to-1 lead. Middle set for Greenwood, and that's too much. 14-10 Van Buren. McGee gets the signal. Sets up her serve and goes cross court. That's a little bit of an overpush, and A.J. McDonald will get the point. I don't know how they'll exactly score that. I know they scored it for Van Buren, but meeting at the net was won by A.J. Greenwood tried a dink shot. Jada Perriman was ready for it. Kimberly Kimes had to put some upward movement into that ball to keep it from being blocked. She had another opportunity, big block opportunity for the Pointers, but good ball placement by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs scrambled to keep that one alive, did a heck of a job. Dunbar to A.J. Oh, A.J. McDonald will get the kill. She's got 6 now. Van Buren leads at 16-10 in this 4th set, up 2-1. And Coach Golden wants a timeout. Coach Golden wants to talk it over with her team. Van Buren smells blood in the water, and they'd like to finish this thing off. You just never know what's going to happen in a 5th set, so Van Buren would really like to finish this thing in 4. Student section beginning to dwindle. They ought to be well rested. It's parent-teacher conference week at Van Buren, so they got out of school at 2 o'clock today. Get out of school at 2 o'clock on Thursday. Aubrey McGee back to serve. Greenwood gets the kill. That was Lunny. Molly Lunny with the kill. Side out to Greenwood, trailing 16-11. We'll bring in Alyssa Lovell back to serve. She wears a big knee brace. I pray that whatever she's recovering from. She is doing so quickly. She's certainly playing well. Blocked at the net by Emberly Kimes. That's her second block of the night. Side out back to Van Buren. Carly Freeman checks in. Jada Perriman drops back to serve with a 17-11 lead. Big time serve for Jada. Cross-court shot for the Bulldogs. Miscommunication for the Pointers. And Greenwood gets the side out. Janie Witherington, senior, number 17, the libero, back to serve. That ball's out of bounds. It sails on her. And that's probably pretty fortunate because her serve had a lot of motion to it. That ball was knuckling all over the place. Katie Dunbar will serve for the Pointers with an 18-12 lead. It's a good side spinning serve. Greenwood just has to get over, so opportunity for the Pointers. Hope Oden got a set at the 10-foot line. Jada Perriman with a great dig. Emberly Kimes will get a right side shot, left side shot. She'll pay it off with the finesse. 12 kills now for Emberly. 19-12 Van Buren. Madeline Dunn will serve again. I think I said Katie Dunbar last time. I misspoke. That should be Madeline Dunn. Middle set for number 27, Riley McAdams, and that was a heck of a shot. Side out to Greenwood. Van Buren leads at 19-13. Bad news for the Pointers is that brings Rayleigh Wagner back up to serve, and she has been a handful all night. No problem this time. Emberly Kimes gets the pass. Carly Freeman had the shot. Great layout effort by Aubrey McGee. Emberly Kimes with another shot. Greenwood returns it. Great hustle by Hope Oden. It lands out of bounds on the Greenwood side, but just for her to get to that ball was impressive. 19-14. Pointers have to really communicate when Rayleigh Wagner's serving. Now this time she does not go sideways. That was interesting. She changed up her serve a little. Attack from the 10-foot line for Greenwood. Dig for the Pointers, and Emberly Kimes will have a shot, and she makes the most of it. Emberly Kimes gets that left side set, and she pays it off with her 13th kill. She'll get a breather, and Isabella Peters will serve. Van Buren leads at 20-14. Aubrey McGee got a kill. (21-14) Van Buren. Aubrey McGee got her 21st kill. Shiloh Christian won in straight sets tonight over Siloam Springs. So they'll maintain. Oh, I got it backwards. Siloam Springs beat Shiloh Christian, so that's big. Aubrey McGee met at the net. Greenwood scrambled to keep the ball alive. It ended up hanging at the net, and Aubrey McGee put an end to that nonsense. 22-14 Van Buren. So Siloam wins in straight sets over Shiloh. Wow. Good action on this volley. Back set to Carly Freeman has her 5th kill of the night. Timeout Greenwood as Van Buren is 2 points away from securing this match. Farmington and Russellville squared off, and Farmington remains undefeated in conference. They'll move to 11-0 with a 3-set win over Russellville. But I tell you, Shiloh's loss at Siloam Springs makes this interesting. If Van Buren holds off and wins this match, they'll be back in a tie for second place. And they they go to Siloam Springs this Thursday. That game was a barn burner here at Claire Bates a few weeks ago. There'll be a lot on the line Thursday night in Siloam Springs. For now, Isabella Peters is serving, and that was a heck of a serve. Greenwood had to scramble just to keep it alive. Carly Freeman blocked that shot. Jada Perryman with the pass. Aubrey McGee had a shot. Good dig by the Bulldogs. Hope Oden with the pass. Madeline Dunn with the set. Carly Freeman with the shot, but another good dig by the Bulldogs. Great layout and hustle by the Pointers to keep it alive. This is a great volley. These two teams are laying it on the line out here right now. Madeline Dunn set up. Aubrey McGee. Aubrey McGee will get another set. Greenwood playing great defense. That's out of bounds, and the marathon finally comes to an end. Van Buren gets the point, and they have match point now. Peters with a good serve, a little dink shot by Greenwood. Aubrey McGee was ready for it. Van Buren's just going to have to get this one over. So Greenwood attacks from about the 10-foot line, and they'll get the side out. Lily Johnson will get credit for that kill from about the 10-foot line. That'll bring in Emma Helms. So Van Buren leads at 24-15. Just looking for a side out and a match victory. Miscommunication leads to the Pointers just having to get it over. Emma Helms had a shot, but Van Buren was ready for it. Carly Freeman put a charge into that. That's into the net, and Van Buren wins this one 25-15. So in 4 sets, Van Buren moves to 8-3 in conference play. They are tied with Shiloh Christian for second place. And they're going to make the road trip to Siloam Springs on Thursday night in a match that will be very important against a very good Siloam Springs team. It is not a fluke that Siloam Springs beat Shiloh Christian in 3 sets tonight. They were a handful here at Claire Bates a few weeks ago. But for tonight, it was Aubrey McGee doing Aubrey McGee things with 21 kills. Emberly Kimes with 13 kills. Carly Freeman stuffing the sheet with 5 kills, 3 aces, and 4 blocks. A.J. McDonald added another 6 kills for the Pointers, and head coach Whitney Adams moves her high school head coaching career to 15-6-1, and more importantly, 8-3 in the 5A West. Hey, on behalf of Josh Smith and Lindsey Cottrell, we do want to thank you for tuning in to Pointer Media. I'm Jay Baker. We look forward to being back here next week as the Van Buren Pointers continue this incredible season that they're on. Have a great night, and thank you for tuning in.